Bam. All right, there's 3 mistakes to start off on a Monday. How are you? Welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. I played the wrong intro. What's up? Hi. Happy Monday. It's good to be here. What's going on? Hey, thanks for tuning into the show, folks. Especially this week, we get a lot going on as we approach 100 episodes. You heard me. Our 100th episode is coming up just in a few days. So make sure you stick around. It's going to be a good week. My friend Tim Young will be out here in a second. If you watch the show, or if you're tuning in now, we are on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube live streaming. You can catch us right here on this channel, like clockwork, at 6 o'clock. Here's how it starts out. I make about 13 mistakes, and then I come out and explain that I made some mistakes. So there you go. We're here all the time. Also, if you watched last week's episode on Friday, the last episode, Patty Vasquez-Bonin, that episode it's up on YouTube. It's ready to go. Or it's up on podcast. All the podcasts are now up and available on all the formats. What do you get? You got your iPod or your iPad or your iTunes. You got your iHeartRadio. A lot of I's. You got Spotify. I'm there. Also, I'm proud to announce I will be on Amazon and Audible in the next couple of days. Look at that. Yeah, cool. Check it out. So there you go. That's what we got. How are you guys doing? What's going on? I was just not a lot in the news. All bad news again. I hate to talk about the news. Some bad news. Here's some lighthearted bad news. If you're a fantasy football player such as myself and you have Saquon Barkley on your team, say goodbye to your fantasy football season. There you go. Awesome. Well spent. $150 well spent, gone within 2 weeks. Thank you very much. So I get to watch the season the rest of the week. Besides that, I've been checking the maps on the fires. Again, I know there's a few people here that are up in the fire area up north. Be safe, be careful. The Mulligans are here. Let me check in. Vince, I see you're here. Thank you for coming. I'm glad. Don't worry about missing in action, Vince. I understand your family. And Tammy, you guys are both here. Thank you guys so much. You guys got a lot going on up north. Also down here, if you're listening or if you're watching the show later, the Bobcat fire has expanded and is now burning in 2 different directions. So that fire has burned over 2,300 miles, I think, something like that. Is that correct? 2,300 acres. I'm sorry. It's 22 miles, 2,300 acres. It's burned all the way into the desert. Now it's shooting back the other way. They announced more evacuations just before I started the show here. I apologize. I don't have all that information, but I just heard about it. And whatever happened today is not good on the Bobcat fire. By the way, if you're wondering, that is the fire that started with the gender reveal party. So how would you like to be that family? You know, how would you like to be that kid that grows up someday and finds out, and are you the kid? Are you the guy? You're a boy, right? Yeah. Well, we know you're a boy because they burned 2,200 miles of forest in a gender reveal party. That's what happened. If you don't know, they had a gender reveal party. And something blew up, and the color came out. Look, it's a boy or a girl, or whatever the hell it was. I don't care. But the fire started, and it's been burning for 8 days. It is quickly approaching the worst fire in California history. So there you go. Please be careful. And it is not, it's not close enough to dangerous for me, but it's not far away from me. It's just east of Pasadena. So if you live out that way, San Gabriel in that area, man, please be careful. Be very careful. It's a mess out there. Who else is here? Robin Greenberg. Hi. I want to say hello to Robin Greenberg before there's a thing. Also, someone asked me this recently. My shows are still scheduled for next month on the road, man. I will be back on the road telling jokes and yucks in Oklahoma City. I'll be at Looney Bins. And then I will be at Wichita Looney Bins. Also, if you live in Wichita, we're doing a all ages family show. We talked about doing that at 5 o'clock on the Saturday there, which is Saturday, I want to say October 12th. Let me double check and make sure that I am not incorrect. Let's see. Oh, we're so close to me. Hold on. Month. Bam. 2. It is, I apologize. It's the 17th. There we go. The 17th. October 17th. 5 o'clock will be an all ages show at the Wichita Looney Bin. Tune in. That will be, it's not a kid's show. Okay, let's please, it's one of the things we learn as a comic, especially when we start working cruise ships, all ages or family, they call it family, all ages. They try to go all ages. The point is, it's just a comedy show, no swearing. It's kind of like watching late night TV when Johnny Carson was the host, The Tonight Show. Not now. You can get away with a lot of crap on The Tonight Show now. But back in the 70s, you couldn't get away with anything. So anyway, it's just clean stand-up comedy. There you go. So if you want to see some clean stand-up comedy, I'm going to start advertising the next week or so. We're going to advertise at church groups and schools and a lot of family function type places. It should be fun, man. I enjoy doing clean comedy shows. I used to work with and teach kids. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's great. I'm also a big believer in it's okay to do a clean show. There's a lot of people that like to watch stand-up that just don't like filthy, blue, dirty stand-up, and that's cool. There's nothing, you know what I mean? When you're young, you're like, that's bullshit. You can't censor me. But you start to get older, you realize there's just people that like to watch clean comedy. Also, if you're a young comic and you're watching this show and you want any advice whatsoever, the advice I got years ago, which I paid attention to a little bit, there's more money in clean comedy, boys. So girls, I'm sorry, people, gender binding. I don't know. I don't want to screw that up. Boys and girls, people, if you're clean, there's more of a market in clean comedy. Let's just go with that. More people are going to hire you if you can work clean. So I will do a clean show, 5 o'clock in Wichita. All right, man. Who else is here? The Runions are here. Nice. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Let's join not living in Chicago any longer. Another hockey option. That's where my friend Larry Warden lives in Dallas. So he gets to watch the Stanley Cup. Good for you, Larry. I'm happy. My sports alliance are with the White Sox, who are doing very well. Yeah, you coming to Oklahoma? You need to need to find a casino. Yeah, we'll go gambling. Cool, Larry. You should come out. That'd be great. I'll be there a whole week, man, with a couple days off, some time to kill. I got a friend that's in a band. We're gonna go see some shows. I'm really looking forward to going to Oklahoma City. It's gonna be different. Now, with social distancing and masks and all that other stuff, but we'll see. I don't know. But then again, in Oklahoma, I don't think they care. I don't think COVID's there. I think COVID's just where I'm at, right? In California and New York. In the definitely the left blue states have it, and some of the right states might have. They have it and then complain about masks. That's how it works with COVID. So anyway, folks, let's get this going. What time is it? I just yelled into my microphone for no reason. Folks, let's get this going, man. You guys are great. Thank you for being here. Again, as I mentioned, we are approaching 100 episodes. I'm very excited about this next week. My friend Brian Hicks will be here on Wednesday. Vinny Hines, musician, will be here Friday this week. Very talented guitar player and soloist who lives in the Florida area. Also worked on ships, cruise ships. Brian Hicks is a comic from Chicago. And I believe the 100th episode is going to be Bill Schultz, an actor, improv actor. We'll see. But anyway, let's get to this week's guests. As my voice cracks for some reason, folks, this week's guest is he's a good friend of mine. He works Carnival cruise ships. He's been doing as all the Carnival comics are. We've been around for decades. We've done every show you can possibly think about. Really, the most seasons and comics in the world work on cruise ships because you've got to be prepared to handle all kinds of different audiences. Folks, why don't we take a look right now at a little taste and see what my friend Tim Young brings to the table. Here we go. This is Tim Young Live.
This is cool. A lot of colleges around here, right? We're the college students. You guys college students? Oh, so happy. Sorta. What do you mean, sorta? You just got kicked out? Long story. I don't have a lot of time. Maybe after the show you can tell me what happened. College guys, enjoy your college guys. It's a good time in your life. That's the last time in your life you can get a girlfriend without a job. Enjoy that. When you get out, I'm starting a band just isn't gonna cut it. I just got out of a relationship involuntarily. Yeah, I was heartbroken. When you're heartbroken, your friends try to make you feel better. They tell you all the dumb things. Don't worry, Tim, there are more fish in the sea. Yeah, but I'm not a fisherman. I get the fish that jump into my boat because they're drunk or bipolar. Now I'm single again. I gotta try to meet girls. I don't have a very good game. I just stare. I was staring at a woman in the store the other day. She was staring right back at me, so I thought, all right, that's probably a man. I believe in love, though. I have a little nephew. He's 2.5. He's a little guy. He just learned to say the words, I love you, and he says it to everybody. My sister's like, he doesn't understand what it means. He says it because he thinks he can get something. Oh, I think he understands exactly what it means. That kid is a genius. Good luck, couples. Single people, anybody single here? Single ladies? Be careful, single girls, all right? You pick poorly. You gotta be careful with the girls. Your selection process is flawed. You pick the cute guys who compliment you, make you giggle. Those aren't the nice guys. Those are the best BSers, okay? And they grow up to become CEOs and presidents and comedians. Now listen. You want to be a nice guy, girls? I'll tell you. A nice guy will not come up and talk to you at a party, okay? Nice guy is in the corner of the room looking weird and scared. You call him a stalker. But I think stalking gets a bad rap. You have a problem with a stalker? I have a solution. Start dating the stalker. Now he's no longer stalking you. He's just incredibly attentive and very punctual.
Folks, there he was right there. That's my good friend. Let's live him. Let's live him. Let's welcome here live my friend Tim Young. Here he is. Look, woo, boom, boom, boom. What's up, brother?
Here I am.
How are you?
It's a weird intro to watch yourself right before you come on. That's
yeah,
weird.
I like to do that to throw guys off. I also like to play the whole clip because then I get an email from Keith and the people at Dry Bar that are going, it's brought to our attention that you shared our video on YouTube. And now
nice.
Now it's
nice.
a copyright issue.
Lawsuits.
Yeah, they always send me an email so that I make sure I tag them. Like, I tagged you. Shut up. What do you care? It's not that big a deal. How's it going?
It's funny to watch that. It's funny to watch that because that's a clean show. Have you done that show?
I have not done that show. I haven't. I
It's
called
fun.
him about it, but I never made it up that way to do the thing. So I hear it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun audience, but I censor some of my jokes and I change some of them. There's like tags I couldn't put onto the jokes.
Yeah, right.
So I'm looking at the joke and to me it's incomplete because I have more. There's more to the joke, But I could, I temper it for them, which is fine.
Which is funny because I noticed that someone mentioned it to me. I think John Campaneris said something to me once. We were on a ship, and I was talking about doing a bit, and I go, I can't do that bit in the family show. He goes, yeah, you can. Just drop this, this, and this. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I could. And I never thought about it.
Right.
But in your mind, you don't think that way. You go, oh, no. This is the way the bit was written. This is the way I want to do the bit. But you don't realize the versatility of the bit. You know what I mean? I guess it has to do with whether or not you want to cut it up or not. You know what I mean? You can go, well, I know when I was younger, I guess I did that. But a lot of guys are like, I'm not going to break that bit apart. But the more, what I noticed it the most? Have you ever done, did you do 800 Pound Gorilla? Have you done an album with them yet?
No.
Okay. I did them instead of Dry Bar, and I did them just before Dry Bar. But one thing 800 Pound Gorilla does is they give you an option. They look great. They record all the stuff, and then they send you all the footage. And they go, you can either A, have us edit it, or B, edit it yourself. It's totally up to you. And I go, okay, I'll edit it. So they go, okay, then write down the codes, time codes, and just be accurate. And they can literally take a word out of a joke. And like they can just take a word out of the middle of a joke. So I became really aware of the content of my material when I could listen to it all and go, if I pull this, this, and this, suddenly it's a clean bit. And then they send it back to me and it sounds perfect. And I go, oh my gosh, that's perfect. And so you become more aware of how you can chop that stuff up. So then it changed my approach to writing a little bit sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get attached to the way a joke is because you work so hard on it and you put these tags on it. And then when I listen to it just like that, nobody can tell what's left out. Only I can tell what's left out.
Yeah,
But to me, it makes it funnier. You know what I mean? So I don't want to change it. But
I
just got a gig in November. I just got a gig in November to somebody's wedding reception. And,
nice.
They want it clean. They want 45 minutes clean. So for me I can do that. But, for me to do it and be happy with it, I'm going to go through and I'm going to take some of my bits that are adult bits and I'll just I know how to cleanify something. You know what I mean? You clean it up, you take stuff out.
Yeah, and then you can use more innuendo, maybe. You know what I mean? Like with a wink or
yes.
I'll do
There'll
a lot.
Kids in the room, but you can use innuendos that go over their head.
And I could also, what I do a lot is I'll start a joke and then I'll stop it and pretend like I screwed up and be like, "Whoa, I can't do that," and then play out that angle.
Right.
Then that's another.
Right.
Where people are like, "Oh, we're so glad you didn't do that," and you play up that whole. I was so close to me screwing up when the whole time it's really planned. Genius.
Yeah, like that bit that just played. I'll tell you the tag to it.
Okay.
That when I say, God, I haven't done comedy in so long that I can't just.
Can you actually remember it? That's amazing. Yeah.
My bits are always right here, but now they're like deep in my subconscious and I have to pull them out. the bit where I say, I'm not a fisherman. I get the girls to jump into my boat because they're drunk or bipolar.
Yeah.
I tagged that with one time I put a net out, but all I caught was crabs.
Oh,
Which is it's a funny
very
tag,
funny.
and it gets a bigger laugh. But it's too dirty. It was too dirty for that.
Is it really? That's almost
You know
clean.
what? Probably not. When I think about that, and I look at other people's specials, the dry bars, and they've pushed it further than I pushed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pulled it back really far, and I think I could have gotten away with a lot.
Yeah, because that's a double entendre. Is that the word I'm looking for? A double meaning?
Yeah.
Double meaning.
Yeah.
It's a double meaning thing you can get away with in one of those shows. I learned that when I used to take. I have kids. They're teenagers now, but I used to take them when they were toddlers to live entertainment shows like The Wiggles. I've seen The Wiggles live 5 times.
I'm sorry.
Well, it wasn't terrible. That's why I bring it up, because
sounds like a punishment.
I know, but it was. First of all, I got a really good bit out of it, which I haven't done in a long time. But
that's worth it.
Yeah, it was way worth that part of it. But the other part is there's certain things that they do. They know it's an auditorium filled with kids, which is chaos. But they drop in a bunch of jokes like that with double meaning, where the parents will laugh and the kids will go, "That's not that funny," and the parents will go, "Yeah, it's actually really funny."
Oh yeah.
And then to see the characters crack up when they drop because they were good, they were quick, they would improv something, and they would go, "Really? Like the box? Yeah, I would stay away from that box." And the crowd's laughing,
Right.
And the kids are like, "Yeah, don't go in the box." And I'm going, "Yeah, don't go in the box."
That's right.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they find a way to mix it up that way. So you can play with that a little bit. That's cool. Well, it's nice to have an opportunity for a gig. Have you done anything live in a while?
So I did 2 comedy zones last month, and it was good. One in South Carolina, one in North Carolina. It was, sparse attendance.
Right.
Well, 50, 75 people. They distanced the people in the room, and I was up on stage, and I bought my own mic for this whole thing, and probably for the foreseeable future. And when I went up on stage, I had my other mic and another stand, and I just grabbed it, and I don't know. We did it as safe as we could, I think. Yeah. Relatively safe.
Well, I will. I'm next week. I know some guys. Russ Nagel just did OKC, and I've talked to a couple guys that have done Oklahoma. So I'm going there next month. I got the Looney Bins. Those will be my first clubs.
I heard those rooms are fun.
Yeah, they're great.
I mean, it's the same. It's just that people are sat farther apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to.
And Oklahoma, they don't believe in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're getting real close to an area where Oklahoma's like, "COVID? What's that?" You know what I mean? They don't care. Yeah. They're showing up at barbecue. You know what I mean?
It already came and went there.
Yeah, they're hugging me. Like, we've been through that. We were through that months ago. There's no more COVID. I'm like, "Oh, all right. Bye."
That's right.
High-fiving people. Yeah, I got that microphone. I got my microphone. Same thing. I got one I'm bringing with me. I used to always give Jason Blanchard used to carry a microphone with him everywhere, and I'd be like, "You're paranoid." And now it's one of the first things I did was ordered a microphone. I'm bringing a microphone with me everywhere. I don't care what happens.
Yeah, I know. On the ship, we're all sharing like rooms and the microphone, and if somebody gets sick, then everybody's getting sick.
Yeah, and not just comics, dude. You don't know who's touching that microphone. You don't know what's going on. If it's karaoke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on that ship touching stuff.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I brought these. I have these wipes. I was wiping these. I was already a germaphobe before the pandemic, so this is not anything new for me.
So you'll be fine. You'll be prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm good.
If you were safe before, you'll be even better now. You know what I mean?
I wasn't wearing masks out, but at home.
No, but you're still like I noticed.
I'm kidding.
At home.
I wasn't really.
Just at home? That's smart. Would you have to keep the mask hanging on the little thing where you keep your keys? So you hang up the keys and put the mask on and walk through the house? Hi, everyone.
My mask is slippers, and I come in.
With no clothes. That'd be great. First thing in the morning, get out of the shower, mask on, totally naked. Hey, what's up?
Oh, that time is coming. I think it's coming.
It's not that far away. So were you on a ship when this all happened in March 15th, right around there?
Yeah. Right. Yep. I was on the horizon, and they were going to keep me on there for 5 weeks or something. And then all of a sudden they were like, "No, I'm getting off." So I was on there for two weeks in a row, which is odd for that ship. Usually you just stay on that 1 week. And then they just, they had us, they kicked us off.
Yeah,
middle of March.
I can't remember where I was at. I want to say I was on the Sunshine or something. It was me and Lance Montalto. Same thing. Everybody had that. If you were on a ship, they gave you that offer. They're like, "Can you stay forever?" And you're like, "Sure."
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, and right away, I always said yeah because I knew I was losing weeks of work at the back end. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be losing some work.
I said yes for sure.
Sure.
Plus, I was on the horizon. I was happy to stay on that ship.
What a great ship, dude! I love that ship.
No, I was happy to stay there.
They got the IMAX. That's the best IMAX in the world because no one's in there. You know what I mean? You ever go in to watch a movie and it's just you, one other person?
Yeah.
That's the coolest. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I like that comedy room too. I think it's one of my favorite in the fleet.
That's smart the way they laid it out. That's that whole class, the Vista class. The panoramic. How many
Panorama will be that way too.
Yeah, panorama is be that way.
In theory.
Right. In theory. Yeah, you would think. Unless they find
this is all in theory.
Yeah, in theory. They could be wrong.
I mean, it has to come back, right? I mean,
they're coming back. No, dude, I know they're going to come back. It's just going to take a while. You know what? I haven't watched the Carnival cruise just came back. Carnival cruise their second ship in Europe just came back. And here's the thing I'm noticing on all the ships, there's a whole bunch of talk this week about the CDC and the ships and all this crap. One thing that is a common theme is that there's way more entertainment and way more shows. So I keep hearing that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's pretty good news. Like,
that's good. That's good for us, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're the cheapest.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Cheapest, as far as production value, we're the cheapest. What comedians? Just us and a mic and a stool, and that's it.
That was the other thing. They were really, really big on solo type performers, and I'm like, all the entertainment news coming out is better and better for comics. And comics are the best for that because, like, you could drop. Like I always mention that comics on the ships are really the most seasoned comics out there. We've done so many different ships and different crowds. You could drop us in the middle of a field somewhere, and we could do a show. You know what I mean? On every ship,
you get away with it.
Yeah, and every time something would go wrong on a ship, they would say something like, "We need a show. Call the comic," and the comic would be the first one that could go into a theater and go, "Yeah, I can do an hour. Yeah, I can do a show." You know, I mean, it was never a blink for a comic. So
that's right. That's right.
I think we'll be the first ones that go back to work. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go back.
I hope.
And most comedians kind of stick to themselves anyway, so we won't be spreading it around the ship.
Even better. No, I have no problem with sitting in my cabin. I got stuff to do. I got all kinds of footage, stuff I can read, stuff I can edit. I don't need, you know what I mean? I'm good.
No, there'll have to be a test. There'll have to be a test, like a quick test. I don't know if that exists already, like a 10-minute test or something like that.
No, there's a rapid test.
Give it to everybody. Yeah, so they'll have the ships will have to invest in that. I got tested today, actually, for free at a Rite Aid.
Oh, right on. That's great.
And I've never been tested, but it's not an antibody test. It's just the old swab in the nose test.
Did they go deep into the brain? Was it the brain scrub?
They didn't do it. They did it in the drive-in. They handed it to me, and I took the swab out, and then he told me how to do it. You shove it in your nose, and you twist it around, and you leave it in there, and another nostril, and you pull it out, and you snap it, and then you put it into a vial, and you screw the vial on, and then you hand the vial back.
No way. All right. That's kind of cool.
I hope it's legitimate, but Rite Aid. Yeah, Rite Aid is doing them for free all over the country.
Okay. I was going to
make an appointment and go in.
Well, I wanted to do that. One thing I was going to do this week is give plasma. I was going to there's a place down here in the street here where you give blood and give plasma. And from what I understand, if you give plasma over here, they'll test you for that. They'll test you. Of course, they got to test you. If they take your blood and plasma.
Yeah, that's old school way to make money, man. That's like it's like college.
Yeah. Dude, well,
some cash.
Dude, I'm getting there. You know what I mean? I haven't worked in a while. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I'm feeling you.
Yeah, I'm doing.
How do you do that? How do you get?
Yeah. You just
I always Google it right now.
Do it. Well, my daughter did it when she moved here last year. Both my kids live with me. They're my oldest is a sophomore in college, and my youngest is a junior in high school. And when the kid moved here for college, for a whole first year of college, she gave plasma all year. Mm-hmm. In fact, so much to the point where I said, "Isn't there like a limit? You know, you're growing a lot. Shouldn't they test?" You know, she goes to the same place. She was going like I think she reached a point where they said you can't come anymore. You know, because she got $50.
She's like addicted to giving plasma.
Yeah, she went every week or twice a week, and I go, "Isn't that too much? Isn't there a thing? Isn't there, you know what I mean? Isn't there a rule? You know, there's got to be some sort of rule." So
same. It's the same at a sperm bank. I mean, that's what I heard. I'm not speaking from my own experience, of course.
Oh, okay.
You know, you go too much. They start questioning what are you doing here so much.
Thanks. Well,
I would love to.
Thanks for reading up on that before the show. I appreciate that.
Another good way to make money, by the way, if you get approved for sperm donation, it's like
I wouldn't mind doing. I would do that. I don't want any more kids. Let's get rid of my sperm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You donate plasma. You go over to the sperm bank.
I'll do it all. I could hit the sperm. I'm not going to do anything with my sperm. It's been 5 months. I'm locked up with my daughters. I can't. I'm single.
You can also donate your. I don't know if you know this, but they do fecal transplants, and you can sign up to. You can be screened to be a fecal donor. I don't know if you. This is a real thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I've looked into it.
Dude,
But there's only.
Dude, are you knocking off your list of shit you've looked at right now? Oh, there's the fecal thing, and then.
Yeah, no. So this is a real thing, a fecal transplant for people who have this thing called C. diff, which is a digestive disorder. They do a fecal transplant, which is essentially they take someone else's crap and they insert it into your colon, and the healthy bacteria in there sometimes solves the issue in the other person. So this clinic in Boston does it. It's one of the leading clinics, and if you live in the Boston area, you can go through a screening process to become a fecal donor, and they pay. You can make like the $400 or $500 a week, I heard, or something. You just go in every day and you give them some crap.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I
know
know
there's lots of people Googling it right now, probably.
I've already people are commenting here that are watching the show. That's fecal thing, shit you want to do. There you go. See, here come the jokes. Here come the jokes from the people.
Yeah, they're plentiful.
I don't know. I think I might almost want to rather die than have somebody shove somebody else's shit into my colon. You know what I mean? Don't you think?
Well, it's done under a clinical setting, Lenny. I think it would be all right.
You're right. I see. Professionals. Fair enough. I guess it's better than having your buddy do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's not a turkey baster and some duct tape or something.
Hey Tim, I'm not feeling really good. Grab that turkey baster, will you?
But in America, some people don't have insurance. I'm willing to do it off the black market fecal transfer. Let me write that down. That's a new. I eat very healthy, and I'm organic.
I know you. I know that about you. I know you're very one of those healthy organic. Are you vegan? Are you vegan?
Well, mostly, more or less. I like cheese. And I eat pizza. Pizza's good. Are you Googling fecal transplant right now?
I'm writing it down. I'm adding it to my list of the sperm donor and the
potential money-making schemes.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. I was Uber eating the other night till 4:30 in the morning. I'm getting tired. I got to find other options of stuff to do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But wow, that's what else was I going to say? I had another fecal joke. I can't remember it now.
well, who doesn't? The fecal jokes come fast and hard. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, look at that! That's the one right there. Come on, fast and hard, son of a bitch. Fast and hard. Come on, this is all material. Everybody's commenting on the YouTube page. I'll get to. They're going to have comments and stuff and questions in a minute. But once you mentioned the fecal transfer on YouTube, when people comment live, I have to. I have it set so I have to approve the questionable comments. And all I'm doing now is approving questionable comments. Everything is like, okay, clear.
I see.
Yeah, every time somebody types in shit or fecal,
well,
I'm like, it's
what
okay.
Can you not? Really, you can't type that into a YouTube comment?
Well, you can't. I have a filter on, so I guess I should set it up to where you can put anything you want up here. You know what I mean? But I have it so that I have to look at it and go, yeah, I'll do. Yeah, whatever, no big deal.
Why the filter?
I don't know. The live YouTube thing is new to me, so I'm trying to get to the channel to the point of monetization. And I know
you want to get flagged.
Yeah, but I'm not high enough on the hierarchy to get flagged yet. You know what I mean? I don't have enough followers.
Well, everybody
I'm not monetized,
stop asking questions about the fecal transplant because it's gonna get Lenny flagged.
I don't care. I would rather be flagged. Then at least I know they're paying attention to me. You know what I mean? I'm not getting enough followers and subscribers here. Everybody like the video, people. You guys are watching it right now. I'm yelling at my supporters.
So you remember the time that I carried your hat around for like?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Time? Yes,
that was me,
dude. You're the coolest guy in the world for doing that. By the way, most guys would just go whatever and throw it away. And I looked for that hat. I looked all over
Philly hat.
It was a White Sox hat.
White Sox. That's right.
It was one of my White Sox hats, and I think it was the green one because I always lose the green one.
So just to explain to people, we share these cabins. It's always the same cabin. So sometimes a comedian will leave something in the cabin, and the next comedians will come on and we'll find it or whatever.
Right.
And a lot of times it's toenails and fingernails they'll leave, which is always
that's
nice.
Actually true. That's actually 100% true.
That's unfortunately true.
Vile. Yeah, that's one of.
It's so disgusting. It's disgusting. Sometimes they leave a sandwich in the drawer for you.
Yeah,
nice.
that's always nice to have. Or the
3-day
plate of food from the Lido. The full plate of food from the Lido.
Deep in the drawer too.
You're
like
thank you. That's awesome. Let me
That's
just
hidden
move
from
this out
the
of here.
room. Yeah. Gross. But
Awesome.
sometimes it's a piece of clothing. Lenny left his treasured baseball cap.
My White Sox cap. And he mailed you actually mailed it to me.
No, I carried it for a few weeks. And then
you
gave
left
it to
it
someone on a new ship.
Right, because I was coming there.
That you were coming. I
Right.
looked at the schedules and I found out you were going to be like on the Magic or something. I left it.
Yeah, that was.
And you retrieved it.
Yeah, that was very cool. That was very cool. The funny thing was I looked all over the cabin before I left for that hat, and I couldn't find it. And it was like, I always leave them in the gym because I wear them to the gym. And at the end of my workout, I do the elliptical, and I hang it on the elliptical, and I always forget it hanging on the elliptical. I've lost more hats there and on planes than anywhere in my entire life. So,
Yeah.
So I just figured it was in the gym. And I go, whatever. And then you sent me that message. I was like, oh, thank God. So
Thank God.
Thank God my White Sox hat. I don't want to lose my White Sox hat. But yeah, thanks for bringing up the toenail thing. That's gross. You know what? I didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the. I didn't know anything about that. People leave stuff and then you give. When I first started, like somebody left stuff, and at the beginning I was like, oh, look at this. I'm like, I got a free coat. I'm like, I had no idea that other comics were leaving
That's
stuff.
right. That's right.
And then after a while, you realize it's somebody else's stuff. I used to get messages from Stanley Allman all the time because he would leave stuff in one of the fantasy ships here on the West Coast, the Inspiration Imagination.
Because some guys would do the same ship every week, so they'd leave stuff. Some guys had a whole half of a closet. Remember those days when they would just leave their whole wardrobe in there?
Yeah. Mark did that on the. I would say Mark Benning, the magician.
Yeah.
He did that on the Magic, and I hated that because he took up half the storage on the Magic. So I would go to the Magic when I was there when he wasn't there, and literally I'd have like a drawer and half a closet because he'd have all those magic props in there. Yeah, and I'd be like, yes, that doesn't seem right. If I'm going to be here for 2 weeks, don't you think maybe I should get a little more space?
Yeah.
And like, well, Mark's stuff is in there. I go, great, get it out. There's a stage room back there. Why don't you put it in there? But a lot of guys will leave stuff.
COVID has upped our cachet. I can tell you that. I think we may have moved above the magicians.
Yeah, you think so?
Well, we have less stuff to touch.
Less stuff to touch. Less interaction with the crowd. You know what I mean? You don't need to bring up anybody on stage. That's another thing.
No volunteers.
We don't need any of that. That's what I said. You with the microphone, that's all they need. You know what I mean? You can just sit people down and rifle shows, do one after the other. Well, I want to go give them that.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, I think that's what's going to happen.
I can't wait for that to happen.
I know. Well, I just, I want to work again. I think it'll happen. It'll just be a while. We'll see. This week and next week are big weeks.
This thing going on, which is nice. This is a good hobby.
Yeah, it is a good hobby. It is. It keeps me busy. We're almost at 100 episodes now. This is pretty.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I like it. I'm real happy with it, man. It's I got some supporters. It's good. It's not bad. It's good. I just lost a subscriber. How is that possible?
Oh no! It's
no, during the show. How do you lose a subscriber during the show? That doesn't seem right. What the hell?
No, you don't focus on that. That's like focusing on that one person in the front. It's not.
It is. Well, that's the hardest thing about this whole platform is that I can see the numbers. I can see how many people are watching, who's liking, who's leaving. I can see all that stuff. I don't want to know.
I apologize for whatever I said.
Yeah, thanks. It was the fecal thing. I think it was the fecal thing.
I think it was. They put him over the edge.
Some subscriber. This is bullshit. Click out the door. Gone.
Yeah, actually, it's human shit. Actually,
this is human shit.
I'm sorry.
They just keep coming.
There's too many. It's too many. Hold on, I'm gonna squeeze one more out.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry, come on.
This is the best. No, let's keep it going. This is great. All right.
All right, let's change the subject. Yeah. Put my blue blockers on. Yeah, get these on. That's much better.
Yeah, classy. I like it. Wow, I can see the screen in your eyes. You
these
look
are
like
blue blockers.
Don't move. You look like a villain from the X-Men.
Oh yeah, I can see it. That's incredible.
Do. You look great.
That's right.
Well, Dr. Young.
I'm gonna need
$1 million. Perfect. I like it.
All right.
I like it.
Well, that's distracting.
No. Oh wait, there's another poop comment. Subscriber didn't like the shit. Yeah, my followers are very nice, but they're all juvenile. I'll be honest with you. You said poop, and they went nuts. They're like, he said poop.
Yeah.
And so it's just been chaos for the last 15 minutes. So you got a wedding coming up in November. Where you at now? You
Yeah.
said you're in Jersey, correct?
Yeah, I just been just traveling around. I've been hiking and camping and taking advantage of my free time, which is it's nice, because 25 years we just traveling, pretty much nonstop, 2-3 weeks a month. It's like a lot.
Yeah,
so having this big stretch of time off is like such an odd experience.
That's weird.
But I like to hike and camp and stuff, and I've been taking advantage of that stuff.
Well, you do the thing like I don't do it anywhere near as much as you do because we haven't worked together on a ship. I don't think yet.
No, we haven't been paired up.
Okay, but you do the thing that I do. I like a lot is for the perfect vibe for a comic is you do your shows where you're so into your outdoor stuff that you could go on hikes and do all kinds of stuff. Like I see the pictures on your Facebook. There's always like a hill or a river or a beach, and you're a real outdoorsman, which is genius because you don't need anyone for that. You can live in I'm a big believer. I spend a lot of time alone, like a ton of time alone. And that's something you could really do alone is really just get it at one with nature and just kind of be there and just chill. That's smart.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm social. I like people too. But hiking alone in the woods is such I don't know. It's just like its own therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a great balance, I think, that we're able to have because we go from doing live shows with a bunch of people and then going and have hang out at Three Amigos with a bunch of comics and then take some downtime and then just hike and really come back to your center. That's something I really got into and embraced on ships. When I got into ships, I was coming out of a bad marriage and therapy and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. And it really helped me ground was to have that down and alone time and that balance. I thought there was, and you were almost in complete control of that balance. You know what I mean? You could either go hang with a bunch of people or go for a hike or go for a walk. And that's very cool. Be. Yeah.
There's a lot of downtime on the ship and you can structure it any way you want.
Yeah, that's the best.
Some guys stay holed up in their room for, I don't understand how or why they do that, but each to his own.
A couple, Nagel's like that. And Kenny Rogerson, if you've ever worked with him, who I love.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
great
both lovely guys.
But never leave their cabin. Never.
No, they don't leave.
You got to talk them into lunch or something. You're like, dude, you want to go get a coffee? And Russ maybe a little more than Kenny, because Kenny writes too. Kenny goes in there and will work on a script and won't sleep. He'll come out. He's like, I haven't slept in 3 days. I'm like, dude, you're in your cabin. Like, you're going to sleep? Like, you can't sleep in the cabin?
Yeah.
I've been writing. I'm like, all right. Okay, that's cool.
It is kind of that environment if you get into it. It's kind of like a cocaine sauna in there. If you were into that kind of thing.
That's why it's perfect for Rogerson. Sure, that's really good. He's got a whole. You ever seen his material about doing coke with Kinnison in the 80s?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done. His one joke is, I've done more coke. I spent more money on coke than you people make in 2 years, something like that.
That's right.
He's really funny. Yeah, he's lucky he's alive. I'm lucky to be his friend. He should be dead. That guy. He's crazy. I got to call him to do the show.
Good guy though.
Yeah, I love Kenny. He saved my life on a crossing once. We were one of those long crossings where we're going over to Fiji or something like that. And it was one of those. Yeah, and when they do a long crossing like that, there's always a lot of entertainers. There's always 4 comics.
Yeah,
they rotate
or
it.
6.
Yeah, right. And then a magician and at least one singer and a hypnotist or whatever.
Right.
And there was 8 of us, and we all got off the ship, and something happened, dude, on the way to the airport where I was not 100%. This brings us back to a fecal comment that you were making a little bit earlier. I was not feeling good. And I got to the airport and went right to the bathroom, and I was in there for 15, 20 minutes. And I came out, and Kane's like, are you all right? I'm like, no, I am not all right. I don't know what I ate or what I did, but I am not 100% right now. And I was getting ready to fly for 16 hours or whatever it was. It was not going to be, I was miserable. I'm like, this is going to be the worst day of my life. This is going to be a nightmare. And he gave me these
Please
pills.
Tell me this story ends with a fecal transplant.
No, it doesn't. No, you wouldn't have wanted. I would have needed a fecal transplant.
Oh, great.
Are you kidding me? I was shitting parts of my body out of me. I was not good.
No.
But it ends with Kenny
Never a good situation on a plane.
It was not. No, it was terrible. That's why I'm like, I don't want to get on this plane. People are gonna hate me. You know what I mean? Can you imagine getting out of the same bathroom? I would have to rotate bathrooms, because I wouldn't want to get on
the steward has to come by waving the coffee bag.
Yeah,
because it smells so bad.
Yeah, and the guy,
you don't want to be that guy.
And the people sitting in the row right by every time you come out, they're looking at you, going, seriously. I'm really sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I don't know what to do. It's not
It's
good.
tough.
But he gave me these pills. He's like, take 4 of these. I go, okay. And you know, Kenny, if it's drugs,
Famous last words.
Kenny knows exactly what it is. Yeah, but I took it. I trusted Kenny. I knew him. I'm like, what if he's telling me to take 4 of these? He knows exactly what he's talking about. So sure enough, I go, bam, slim. And I'm like, like an hour later, I'm like, dude, you saved my life. I felt great. It was like like that. It was some sort of Imodium to the 10th power.
Never found out. Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was, but it was perfect. It really saved me because I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Those pills were from 1983 and they expired in 1981.
Yeah,
So
I don't.
I'm glad they got some use.
I don't care. Hey, whatever they were, they worked. Whatever they were,
Yeah,
man.
That's good. God bless the 80s.
Yeah, I feel like that's good. There's a lot of stuff that's still in me from the 80s, probably. So that's good. Right on. So, okay, are you driving? Are you driving or flying all over the country? Traveling.
I haven't flown. I haven't flown one time.
Okay, good. So
It's
you're
all been
driving.
drivable stuff. Yeah.
Good. All right, that's cool. That's not bad. Right?
Have you flown?
I'm flying next week or next month in 2 weeks.
See, that's going to be weird.
Well, I don't know, man. We're going to give it I guess it is. I mean, I know people that are flying. Some people are like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of room and blah, blah, blah. And other people, like, the planes are packed. They don't care. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know my daughter is flying this week. She's flying back to Chicago for her birthday Wednesday morning. So she's flying. She's already flown once. She flew, I want to say a month ago to Arizona which is just an hour flight or something, or 2 hours. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I mean, I'm going to be all wrapped up. You know, I'm going to wear the mask and do this stuff.
Saran wrap.
Yeah, I might even buy one of those shields. I might do. I don't know.
Shield. Yeah, the shields. The shields are no good. You didn't read that data. It sneezes and it comes out of the thing, and then it's actually worse.
Oh, is it really? Okay. Well,
yeah, that's what they say.
I'm not getting the shield. Okay, good. Thank you. I like to get all my medical advice from a fellow comic during a show.
I just saved you $14.95.
You probably did. Look at that. Between you and Kenny Rogerson, you guys have saved my life maybe twice now. This is the best. I like it. Well, I'll try something. I don't know. Well, I'm going to be covered up, man. We'll try, see what happens. But you know what? I'm worried.
Whatever. I've been going to Lowe's and everything, and it's all crowded and everywhere.
Some places.
In Virginia, people are just going about their lives. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, even in California,
I mean, there's a lot of masks. Yeah.
There's some places here. I was driving by something. When I Uber Eat late at night, I drive by a lot of clubs and bars and stuff. Mm-hmm. They had some sort of old car show, like souped up cars. You know, like what's that movie with Vin Diesel? The movie the
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, it's all those cars. We're in a lot somewhere, and I go, and there's a huge crowd of people. I go, what are these people doing here? And none of them wearing masks, dude. Just a bunch of people hanging out, looking at these cars. You know, and you can see them. So there's areas here in California where they just don't care. Yeah, and I
saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it in South Carolina, in Greenville, South Carolina. The downtown, the clubs were open, and people are like all drunk downtown. No one's masking up. I mean, it is what it is. It's America.
It is. No, it's America. People are going to do what they're going to do. My theory, I just stay away from them, dude. I see a lot of people at night when I'm delivering food without masks and stuff, and I don't say shit. I'm not the guy that's going to go put on, hey, where's your no mask? You know, I'm not going to be that guy. I just wear my mask and avoid crowds. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of doing at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Avoid crowds, like the worst possible thing a comic could say.
I know, right? Dude, I'm saying, I know.
I need to avoid crowds.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, we can't. No, I need a crowd. I need this crowd.
I know. I need the empty love and attention from the people I don't know. A group of people I have no idea who
I just got a gig. It's a one of these drive-in gigs. Have you heard of these?
Yeah, I haven't done one yet, but I know some guys who have.
I'm dreading it a little bit.
Oh, really? Well, you know what you do?
Yeah, because the people will be in their cars. They can't. I need to hear laughter and like it's a dialogue for me. You know what I mean? So I need to like hear people. Like you're not gonna be able to hear them.
Yeah.
They'll be honking their horns and maybe flashing their lights, I guess. But I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's what I heard they do. I heard there's a lot of honking and flashing. Well, let me ask you this, because I watched a bunch of clips of you today. And first of all, I love your style, dude, because you're very mellow and kind of just it's almost conversational. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is conversational. And I'm a very high energy guy, I'm animated. So when I see a guy like you that's just kind of in the moment, I'm like, oh, that is so cool. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be more calm. But, but you also seem to interact with the crowd a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
So
more on the ship. When I started working the ships, then I just made that part of my act. It just felt, it just evolved that way. and people like it, and I mean, people like it to an extent. You can tell, you can sense when you're going too far with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can sense when a comedian's doing it just because they don't have any material. But I'm not doing that. I could do straight material.
Right.
And you can sense when a comedian is just BSing their way through a set with it, you know, like, hey, what's your job, you know, something like that. But
trying to kill time.
I'm really interested in people, you know what I mean? And the situations genuinely make me laugh too. So I like to talk to people, find out what's going on.
Dude, I did that. I started doing the same thing you did when I started doing ships. And at first it was honestly because I'm like, well, I always did a lot of improv. And I go, well, I'll just bounce that in and out of the material, and we'll see what I do time-wise. But the more I started doing it, the more I enjoyed it because it kind of created something new every time. You know what I mean? It created a different – it wasn't just my material. Yeah. It was a different scenario.
No, it's a new show every time.
Yeah, and that's why I've always I came to the point that I've understood a live show became its own living, breathing thing. It became its own thing. And on a ship – it's even better because if you do like a five shows in a ship, by the fourth show, a lot of those people know you. So now you're going back to references, and you're like,
inside jokes.
Yeah,
with them,
Ollie, did you get that shrimp? Did you finish that shrimp? You know, anything like that.
Yeah.
And the crowd, so you get that in your holster, which works really good. But yeah, you do it so smoothly. That's good. But you're right. You can tell a guy. You can tell a guy that's trying to fill time, checking his watch. He's like, hey.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah,
I don't need to do that. I just.
Where are you from? Yeah, right. You do it because you enjoy it. It's part of the show. You know.
Yeah.
I get frustrated
sometimes. It makes it into an immediate experience. I mean, comedy is that anyway. Yeah. But when someone goes up and says the same words the same way, the same every time, there's no room in there for like spontaneity.
Right.
Not much. You know what I mean? So when I'm going to the crowd knows that that's not planned. It's not planned. There's no plants in the audience. Anything could happen, and anything does happen. So it puts people on the edge of their seats a little bit.
Yeah, and it brings them into the show more. You know what I mean? Because they're like that's why I call it. That's why I call it its own thing. Because anytime you're there, you never know what direction it's going to go. And I'm sure there's been plenty of shows where like I'll have an outline of what I'm going to do that night. But there's some shows where I don't get to half of it. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll just do that later, I guess. But, you know, you just get into a tangent talking to somebody, and they love it. If it works, I get frustrated sometimes when I go into the crowd and they got nothing. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, God, come on. Every once in a while I get a crowd that is so, you know, and you're just like, come on.
Oh, yeah, I hate it. I hate dead air. I don't like any dead air on stage.
Yeah, it
makes me feel like something is going wrong. So if they're not answering right away, I'm like, come on, buddy. Get yourself together.
Yeah, go on, pick it up.
And it's also sometimes the way I deal with a table that's chattering. You know what I mean? So a table that's chattering amongst themselves is the worst kind of a heckle, you know?
Right.
Because I'd rather someone be like yelling stuff out. That way I can, you know, take care of that relatively quickly or have some fun with the person. If a table's just drunk and chattering, if they're doing that, I go right to them. You know what I mean? And I make them part of the show. At least they turn to me and face me, and they're paying attention for at least that time. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it quiets them down.
That's a good call. I walk a tightrope with that sometimes because I can come off. I used to be worse when I was younger. I come off like a bully. You know what I mean? If I'll be especially in those bigger rooms like those fantasy classrooms, like the inspiration and the imagination. Those are pretty big rooms, deep back on each side. So if someone's talking way back in the right and you can hear them, then you can guarantee everyone between you and them can hear them. You know. So sometimes I'm like, well, I need to shut those people up so that we can just focus on the show, which is something.
Didn't fantasy go to the scrapyard?
Well, those are gone. The fantasy, fascination, imagination, and inspiration are gone.
But didn't they take the fantasy to like the actual scrapyard? So then now we can't call it that class of ship anymore.
Oh no, because there's still four fantasy classes left. There's the Paradise. I just read a list today. There's the Paradise. There's 3 other fantasy class ships. I think there were 8 fantasy class ships.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can't remember the article I looked at today.
I can't keep track of what they're selling and what they're.
They cut down to.
It's alarming.
Carnival Cruise Line has 23 ships now, 23 total ships. They had 28.
Yeah.
So and I know the 4 they sold, and then there's the 5th one. I can't remember which one it is, but they kept the Paradise and a couple other fantasy class ships that they still have.
But the Panorama hasn't. I don't think they're counting that, right? It's not launched.
Panorama's launched, yeah.
Oh, the Panorama. What am I thinking of? The Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is late next year. That'll be launched. They're planning on spring or something of next year, right?
Doesn't that have two ends to it? Haven't you heard there's going to be two comedy clubs in one of these ships?
Yeah, I think those class of ships are supposed to have two comedy clubs. I wouldn't be surprised for sure if they have them now.
This is interesting to people at all, but I'm not just asking you.
No,
if there's gonna be,
it's all right.
There's some hope, Lenny.
No. It is. I like to talk about this stuff. There's a lot of people out here that follow the ships, and this is kind of some of the stuff we talk about. So, but yeah,
I heard it's going to be like one of those things that has basically two heads, right? There's going to be two theaters, two comedy clubs, two. Is that true?
I know I've heard it was going to have two comedy clubs for sure. I don't know what they're going to do with the theaters. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of the other ships, they find a way to put a second comedy club in those as well. Because they're going to have to find different.
Right.
Like fantasy class doesn't work to their favor, I think, because of the social distancing. So the other ships, I think, are bigger, and they're going to book less people. First of all, I mean that's going to happen.
Or they're going to have comedy in the theaters because they can distance the audience. Maybe
they'll do that. I bet they do that for sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did that and then had it in the small room. You know what I mean? Maybe they do the clean shows in the small room and the adult shows in the big room. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're going to do something because they're going to have to do. They can't pack the room. They can only be 30% full or whatever whatever the rule's going to be. Right?
Yeah, I like to perform on the bow of a ship and just have the audience dispersed in the life rafts.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's cool. And you can just do like a King of the World thing.
Spotlight on you. Yeah.
Right. At the front. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Have like some good-looking girl with you, like a whole, you know what I mean? Kind of like a whole Titanic moment.
Yeah, at the end. Well, not during the show, for God's sakes.
No, but you know what? You can tell jokes as the ship is going down, just like the band from the Titanic.
Yeah. Good luck keeping your job.
Hey, I need a volunteer from the audience. Where are you going? People run away.
Pretty sure.
Trying to do the hand spit. Hold on, wait.
Yeah. Let me make a list of the things that will be off limits to talk about after the ships come back.
Man. That's what I'm worried about.
COVID, Corona, COVID.
I can't. I really hope they don't talk about COVID. I remember when they came out and told us we couldn't talk about Trump. That was the big thing, was not talk about Trump.
Well, it wasn't a strict forbiddance, but it was a strongly worded.
It was stricter on Norwegian, dude. We got a letter on some of the Norwegian ships.
Oh, did you?
It was the full breakdown of do not talk about, and it was everything right-wing and conservative. It was all Trump. Well, so many conservative and right-wing people.
That might have been my fault.
Was that you? Thank you very much for that. That's all right. I don't really talk about. I don't do politics. I'll do it off the top of my head sometimes, but one bad Trump reference.
Yeah, I do a little bit of it, but a little bit is enough.
Sure, it's perfect. Actually, well, some guys. I think some people do too much of it. You know what I mean? I can only take so much of the political humor. Where I'm like, all right,
I like to dabble in it, and then I move on to something else.
But
I also just let it go. It's not worth it.
But it's so polarizing now that if I've said Trump on stage and gotten booed just for saying Trump by Trump supporters. You're like, And I talked to him after the show. I go, why would you boo me on that? He goes, I thought you were going to make fun of him. So I go, so you're booing me on something you think I might maybe do? He's like, yeah. I go, okay, that doesn't seem as a problem to you? That's okay. Why would you go to a live show?
It's a good bet. We probably were going to make fun of him.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you're actually right. I was going to totally.
Yeah, it was a good preemptive boo there. Good job. They stopped you in your tracks.
Yeah, smart move.
Fair enough. It's an audience. You're allowed to be vocal.
Smart move, my friend. Smart move. My daughter's calling me. My daughter always.
Oh, do you need to take it?
No, she knows I'm on the air. I tell her all the time. I'm on the show from 6 till. Oh, it's almost 7.
Maybe she might be at the plasma clinic. Oh God,
I hope not.
She might be in trouble.
She wants to know if I want to come by and see her for a break. I come by and see her break. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go have a sandwich with her. That's what I'm going to do. So, what do you got going on, man? What do you got anything to plug besides the Dry Bar special? Let me ask you this: the Dry Bar special.
Oh, man.
Did they rename it on you, or is it because they did that with a bunch of people and remarketed them and renamed them?
No, they didn't rename it.
What's the name of your Dry Bar special?
What world is this?
Okay,
which is a punchline to one of the jokes in it, but it won't ruin the joke.
Okay.
No, that's actually a way that we can actually still make money right now. Is if people actually go and watch the Dry Bar special.
Yeah.
And we get I've actually made my money back because I did it so far. So I actually make money off of that.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
When people watch it and then they, there's a little donate button. You can even donate to the comics if you want. That helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Dry Bar, it's an app, it's a Dry Bar app. If you haven't.
Right. Yeah. No. Lots of people are on about it. So if you go to Dry Bar and you search either Tim Young or What World Is This, and they can come up with your full special, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just starts playing, and I think that I don't know how that works. They used to have to pay to get it, but now I think it's free and you donate. I'm not sure how it works.
Well, one thing
but if you watch it, it's good.
One thing I do with everybody is after the show in the bio, when the show goes up on Facebook tomorrow and on the podcast and all that, I'll put the links to all your stuff in the bio, so people can click right on your Dry Bar link and you can go there and check out your special. So if anybody wants to watch your special, they can click right on this show and they can check it out. What else?
If you want to hear my full, I have 2 albums out, CDs. They're both on iTunes, but I'd rather you buy them on CD, baby. Because the more the money goes directly to me and not a roundabout sort of.
Where can they go to get them?
So my website, timyounglive.com. There's a link on there, but also you can go to CD Baby. It's a distribution site, and my CD is on there, and it's actually 2 CDs because I downloaded the whole last album that I have, and then the last track is my previous CD. It's like 45 minutes long, the last track, so it's like a bonus track. So both of the albums that I have are out on that CD Baby. Search Tim Young, you'll see it come up.
Okay.
And it's like $10 for like, I don't know, 2 hours of comedy.
If that last track is 45 minutes, that's like 2 albums for one. That's a double album, like double live.
Yeah,
like
it's
Kiss.
A double.
That's like Kiss.
That's right. That's right.
I like it.
It's a sweet deal.
Okay, it's a sweet deal.
That's actually the ways that we can make money. And if you want to hire me, I will come to your house and.
He's got his car, man.
Do some comedy. Do some comedy stripping.
He could do. If you're gonna hire a comedy stripper, Tim Young is your guy. Yeah, Tim Young is the guy to hire. I'm not the guy for that.
I'm a Blue Blocker distributor now, so I bring some glass. Some glasses. Let me see if I can get the villain thing happening.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh,
a little bit more. There you go. They're perfect right there. Hey, go back. Go right there. Da.
Oh yeah,
dude. I'm gonna save that as the. That's gonna be the thumbnail for this video on YouTube. It's the coolest ever, dude. That's badass. I like it. That's good. Dr. Young.
That's right.
Right. All right. So they got. All right. Cool. I'll put all this stuff in the bio, man. They can go on there. They can buy the album. They can buy the Dry Bar special. That's kind of the point of the show, is that everybody gets a chance to check you out.
And don't Google me, because another Tim Young will come up. He's a
Twitter, I was gonna bring that up, dude. There's another Tim Young comic who is a right wing conservative guy.
He's not a comedian.
He's not a comedian, right?
He pretends to be a comedian, but you won't find any clips of him online.
Right. Yeah.
He doesn't do comedy, but he developed a large Twitter following on the right side of the aisle, which is dude, it's Bizarro me. It's Bizarro Tim Young.
Dude, it's so funny. I was looking through stuff because I researched a bunch of stuff during the day, and when I Google you and you guys both come up, I click images and you both come up, but I click videos and it's just you. It's mainly just you, and I'm like, okay, well that says a lot right there. So I guess he's not doing any shows. So, no. But yeah, and he's like, but he's the opposite. He's like the opposite of you. He's like the Bizarro Tim Young.
Yeah, he's the Rush Limbaugh infused Tim Young.
That's very weird.
If you like that kind of thing, you may follow him. But
you guys have 2 totally different like political points of view as well. That's hilarious to me.
Totally
that is a flip of the coin.
I know him actually. He used to come to my shows in Baltimore, and he bought TimYoung.com before anyone was even buying websites. He's one of these like internet nerds and stuff. So I try to buy it from him for like $3,000. He wouldn't sell it to me. He's like, no, I want to be a lawyer and I need it. And then like two years later, he decides he's a comedian. So he starts like, it was this weird, like, it was a whole weird saga.
Yeah.
Now he's, I mean, it's his name too. He can use it, but he's done some shady things.
Yeah. I didn't, I started looking at some of his. I saw a couple of his clips from like morning shows or something. It was very weird. It was very. One
time,
weird.
a New York booker called me. One of the New York clubs. He called me. He's like, to confirm my spots that weekend, and I was on the other side of the country or something. I was like, I don't have spots in New York. I don't know who you booked. He's like, I didn't book you for the club this weekend. It was a club that I regularly played.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Oh, I need to call and cancel. You need to call and cancel it. It was him.
Oh, he thought he booked oh no, he thought he booked you and he got the other guy. Oh no.
He got the other guy.
Nightmare weekend that would be. Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Tim Young.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh, that's got to be rough. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Tim, this was
Okay.
a great show. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lenny. My pleasure.
Be safe traveling across the country. Be safe driving and everything. We'll put all the info for your CDs and Dry Bar specials in the bio. And
Cool.
Besides that, man, take care of yourself, man. Stay healthy.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Lenny. Take care.
All right, buddy. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Well, no, that's not me. Hold on. See more mistakes. There we go. Look, it's me. Wait, hold on. He's back. Close the show for me, Tim.
Hey, everybody. It's Lenny Schmidt. And I like to tell you this. I don't know what Okay, that's all I got, Lenny.
Okay, all right. That was Tim Young closing the show, folks. That was good work. He's a professional. Hey, man, thanks for tuning into the show, guys. Hey, guys, I didn't get to any questions. I'm sorry. There's more poop comments. Hold on. Some people are familiar with the other Tim Allen. Or not Tim Allen. Tim Young. Oh, Tim Allen would kill me if I said that. Some people are familiar with the other Tim Young, so they know who he is. You guys were great. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Gasoline fumes kill COVID. Is that correct? That's from Keith, so that is not correct. Any comments from Keith on this page to all the followers are usually not correct. Blue cup. Everybody have a blue cup. You guys have been great. Thanks for tuning in. If you stayed this long, here's a little something I forgot to mention. If you stayed this long and you enjoyed the show, you want to support the show, there's a couple of things you can do. One, please like the video. Very important, number one. Like the video on YouTube. It helps me. Share the video if you can. Hold on. I had a little bit of the COVID. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you can. If you want to donate financially to the show, bam, look, there you go. There's some website information right there. LennySchmidt.com if you can. / if you can. You can go there, or you can go to Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. Dollar options at both those. You can just click $1 and donate $1. If you enjoyed the show for $1, was it worth $1 to sit through the hour of me and Tim Young? I think it was. You got some valuable information about fecal transfers. That's medical documentation. That's advice that we've given you. Kick in a little bit of money if you can. Also, if you're still watching the show, think about the Patreon page. Patreon page, also dollar options on there. You can become you could become a patron, which means you follow me on a monthly basis. You get charged like $1 a month at the lowest. You get all kinds of stuff. You get all this content, which is free, obviously, but you get a backlog, video log of all of the shows, all of the Schmidt shows, which are live stand-up shows that I produced myself, Reconnecting Comedy, all the live content I produced in the last 3 months, over almost 90 hours of content. You get access to all that stuff, as well as copies of all of my albums. My last album just came out 2 months ago, which is titled Secret Daddy. You can find all that stuff on iTunes, or you can get it for free by becoming a Patreon member for as little as like $1, $2, $3, anywhere between $1 and $10,000. We haven't set it up that way, so you can click $10,000. You actually can. So please join the Patreon page. Also, if you're a top tier member on Patreon, many people will tell you who watch the show, you get involved in all kinds of stuff like group chats. We have a writer's session once or twice a month. You get to contribute and kick some ideas in for the new Reconnecting Comedy shows and some of the other content that we shoot live on stage. Live online. There we go. So you can contribute to that stuff. Also, I can work with you sometimes on your stand-up. I can do all that. I'll do that with some other people. But you can get all that through the Patreon page. Check it out. Go to Patreon or go to the link above right there. It says Lenny Schmidt Comedy at Patreon. All the information is right there. And it'll tell you what you get for the money you give. The more you give, the more you get. That's kind of how it goes. You guys are great. Thank you so much for being here as always. Do me a favor. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase a shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers, will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to lennyschmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.